Neo4j looks beyond the graph database. Video: What's new in the graph database world? Here's a quick recap. Graph database company Neo4j wants to move beyond providing only its graph database and is working on what it calls a graph platform to help companies make the most of their data. ZDNet recently caught up Neo4j CEO Emil Eifrem to find out more. ZDNet: Could you talk me through the new native graph platform? Emil Eifrem: We have been at this for a while. We coined the term graph database when dinosaurs ruled the earth. We defined it. We've given it meaning. We've taught the world about its core benefits, about its top use cases, all those good things. We are rapidly becoming this kind of default backend for a wide variety of horizontal and very valuable use cases. Neo4j CEO Emil Eifrem: 51% of enterprises that have graph databases in production. That's pretty crazy. This is a term that we invented less than 10 years ago. Now we talk to customers all the time, and we saw a pattern emerge where, very frequently, our customers were building out a very similar architecture, where our technology was usually deployed in isolation. This came as a great surprise to us. We live in an ecosystem of Hadoop and Spark, relational databases and data warehouses. People stick other technologies on top of us, for example, visualization tools and things like that. But I visited 3 customers one day and 2 customers today, and 4 out of those 5 all had a very similar architecture. Then I thought, what if we could, out of the box, offer something that is more than a database, which packages up some of these technologies, including data integration and things like visualization toolkit and so on. And then we could package that up into what we call the graph platform, which will be a one-stop shop for anything you want to do with connected data. That's what we are now building. What we are announcing is a vision. This is where we are going. We want to help our customers by giving them a context, a framework of where we are going. It goes back to what I said 10 years ago. We are building the equivalent of an Oracle database for connected data. What we've built is an awesome database, but one that rather than work with tables, works with connected data. So now we are saying that the heart of that graph platform is the database, but it's now much more. It's a suite of all the technologies that you will need in order to leverage that connected data. We call that the graph platform. You have listed a bunch of things in your new announcement. Are all of these up and running? Some of those technologies are available right now, but this was more about vision. The vision is that anywhere that you have data, you should be able to get it in and out of the graph platform. What we announced last week was integration with 2 relational databases, Hadoop and Spark. We also announced the Graph Analytics suite of algorithms. We currently have 3 and ultimately want to get to 8. Which components are built in so far? We have data integration and we have another component called Neo4j Extract Transport Load, ETL, and it connects into, for sure, Postgres and I believe MySQL as well. And so if you have connected data in the database, then it will automatically put it into Neo4j. And it has a nice little user interface, so that when you point it at a database, it will scroll up and show you a little picture of what the graph database will actually look like. If you like it, you can click import, and if you don't like it, you can just put in some changes, and it will automatically make those changes, and you will see that immediately. That's one thing that we are releasing. Another is Neo4j Analytics, and that has a range of new features. For example, a thing we call pathfinding, which will autonomously get you from point A to point B. And then things like clustering, which tell you, hey, there's a lot of transactions clustering around this particular node, perhaps that's a fraudulent person. Things like that. The third kind of algorithms are things called Centrality, which is kind of a weird term, but is basically a method for identifying the key influencers within a network. For example, let's say that you're a telco, and you want to send out some marketing campaigns. You want to know who are the key influencers within your network. That's where Centrality comes in. The third one is a tool that we call Neo4j Desktop, and that's really the most tangible part of the platform. You can launch this desktop application, and then inside of that you can have all these various graph applications, such as the ones that we ship, but you can also build your own. Can you talk about any specific customers who are using this? In general terms, I can tell you that 7 out of 10 of the biggest retailers on the planet are now using Neo4j. One we are public on is Walmart.